I'm with Martin Hill. You're the CEO of Estate Master, leaders in developing flexible, easy-to-use property software solutions. Could you tell me more about the history of the business? I understand it was established in Australia.
Yes, that's correct, Claire. Some 20 years ago, we've been specialising in the property development and investment area. I have a background in development and finance with a passion for financial modelling. And I had a dream back in 1990 to set up a global business, something like a Microsoft but in property. And I guess my mission was the industry was using a back of envelope approach, and I felt that there was a need to adopt a more accurate form of financial modelling to the industry. Some 20 years moving on, our software has grown. We've got an industry acceptance, say in 42 countries and 10,000 users. So I feel we have made a difference, but the road to success is always under construction, and we have many challenges.
So what exactly is the Estate Master software? Who uses it?
It's used by developers from acquisition through to development, linking in with their financial accounting packages. It's also used by banks. The banks want to look at the security that they're investing in, and also by property valuers such as CBRE and Jones Lang, and all the major property real estate firms use our software either for valuation or even for negotiation, because it shows you how a developer would approach a development and understand that development better.
Are you quite unique then, or do you have competitors in the region?
Actually we had more competitors when we started off. I think that generally happens in the software industry. There's one other major player in the world, and I guess our aim, the market, it looks for a dominant provider. Fortunately, in the Middle East, which I call the New York. If you don't make it here, you won't make it elsewhere. And it's an opportunity where we're, I guess, faced with a competitor and one out there. So we're very pleased and very proud to be here.
I bet. Since the global financial crisis, you mentioned you'd noticed a change in how people approach business. Can you explain what trends you noticed?
Well, the back of envelope is dead. I guess there's a greater level of scrutiny, and in scrutiny what we find is there's a lot more collaboration. The finance department wants to know what's behind the forecast, because that determines what cash is going to be required. So we're finding a greater level of collaboration. That collaboration is occurring over the net, things like WebEx, but also face-to-face. But even at face-to-face, people are bringing their laptops and connecting to the web and doing analysis. So that's brought on a big change in the software. We needed to have data that can be transferred over the net easier and much more flexible, where different people can provide spreadsheets and import spreadsheets in our software. I guess in the past, businesses have adapted to what software is available. IT now has to adapt to the way business moves. Business is moving very fast in that way.
Okay. You have major property developers and clients on your books, but your work isn't just confined to the UAE. Where else are you operating?
Well, I mentioned we're in 42 countries. We have one user down in Antarctica, building igloos, I'm not sure. But we're in Ireland and in UK, in Southeast Asia, in Singapore and up through China and Hong Kong. Some of the places I'd like to visit, Bermuda uses it, some Virgin Islands and all that. So it's quite, it's because this is one of the advantages with the net, our software, you can download a full version and have a trial version for 14 days. So we have a lot of people, a lot of interest we're finding coming out of Africa too as well now, Nigeria. Which
other markets are you hoping to target then?
The markets which I think are most active at the moment is through Singapore and Malaysia. Malaysia has a very similar development approach to the UAE, and we're finding a lot of compatibility in that particular area. China is obviously a very big market. Just the three major cities alone outstrip North America in volume. But there's very large margins there, and I guess the need for our software is not as apparent when the margin's so large. It's very easy to make a lot of money there. Again, moving back as the global financial crisis melts down, we will find that back into America and Europe, the traditional markets will pick up too.